What's going on, degenerates? It is Sunday, football day. Just got back from the gym, did a little treadmill action, watching some Sleepy Hollow. Good damn show. But today, this video log is going to be a bit more simple. We're going to talk about my final verdict between... Is this camera, like, weirded out or something? I feel like it's, like, not... Is it straight? I can't tell if it's straight or not. Don't know. Okay. Anyway, my final verdict between PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Now, I own both consoles now. I've played several games for both consoles. And I'm going to go over some of the things that I like and don't like about both consoles. Because even though I'm a Sony fanboy, you know, to the max, I got to give you guys my honest opinion. So, I'm going to look at a few simple things that people have looked at with this next generation. I'm going to start with the controllers. So, for me, the PlayStation controller has gone through the few little changes. My favorite changes, obviously, have been the length of the arms. Or, what would you call these? Handles? Whatever, man. I'm going to call them arms. You know, they fit my entire hand comfortably. The analog stick was my most favorite improvement. Helps me like crazy now when I do FPSs, because you can see really closely it has like that grip where you're, so when you put your thumbs inside the grips, they don't slip off, and it's rubbery, so you kind of stick to it. Whereas the old one, they were like kind of plastic, and sometimes you would turn and your finger would just slip right off, and it sucks. The directional pad and the buttons all feel the same. This touchpad is pretty cool. I'm waiting to see how they can implement it more in some games. Right now in like Killzone, you can like tell your owl to attack, defend, hack systems and shit. Now, what I do not like... one more thing I like. The triggers. If you notice, the triggers in the back here are longer, and they have like an arc on it. So you can kind of like flicker them, which is way better than the other ones, which are just like square, and they were like really like grindy when you hit them. So what I don't like, which is, you guys are going to be like, really? Is the separation between the share button and the options button. Why? Why are they like this? I just want to hit start, and what sucks is this big-ass touchpad is in the middle. And I keep thinking that I'm hitting the start, but instead I'm hitting the touchpad and then doing something in the game. And it sucks. It sucks. So, I don't know if anyone else has had this issue, but if you find yourself like feeling out your controller to find the fucking select and start buttons, which are now share and options, then yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I feel you on that one, right? I feel you. Now with the Xbox controller, to me, nothing much has really changed. I know, Sony fanboy talk. It's true. I mean, it does feel better. I still don't like the plasticky feel. What I like about the PlayStation is that the front here is plastic, but the back is like this rubbery grip, vinyl grip, some kind of grip, where your hands feel really comfortable. Whereas the Xbox really hasn't changed much. They changed the size of their controller. I don't really like their analog stick too much, because the outside is rubbery, but the inside is kind of like some weird plasticky thing. I don't even know how to explain it. But that's the Xbox controller. And not much has really changed about it. So I like a lot of change. And the change to the PS4 controller really made me happy. When I'm playing with the Xbox controller, I really don't feel like anything's different. Although the directional pad and the actual buttons do feel a lot more responsive. And I like that about the Xbox. So controller-wise, PS4 takes it. Thank you. The UI. Let's get into the UI. If you've seen videos of the UI, the Xbox UI has not really changed all that much. They do have this system now where you can pin stuff to your homepage. So if I want NFL app, I can pin it to my homepage for more easier access. And that's pretty cool. But the front page kind of doesn't look any different. It feels the same. You have your little box that says play disc, and then the middle, then you have games in store and everything. And that's kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of like, what is it, like the Windows 8 feel to it or whatnot? The PlayStation 4, they went through a bigger rehaul. And honestly, let's keep it simple, right? Let's keep it real. Let's keep it real talk. I always keep it real talk. I don't draft any of these conversations I have. I'm just right on top of my head. The reason why Xbox, I think, didn't change much is because they didn't need changing. Their shit was legit. Their online has always been legit. Their interface was perfect before, It's good now, and it's the same. No change. PS4 went through a bigger overhaul. They went from the XMB bar to this 2 to 3 layer thing where everything you want, all your apps and games are on one line. And honestly, I don't like that. Although the PlayStation 4 is about a bazillion, 100 million times faster. I mean, I fly through my UI on the PS4. I fly through it. While I'm playing, hit the PlayStation button, receive a message, respond to it, go back to the game. All that in like 2 seconds. Someone messages me, someone invites me to the game, get out of my game, go to the invite, join another game. As long as the disc is in, I'm good. It's awesome. The PlayStation Store, everyone hated the PS3 lag in the PlayStation Store. Right now, no lag. No lag whatsoever at all. It's just basically go through every games, day one digital, PS3 to PS4, movies, music, blah 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 blah. It's really really fast, and I'm gonna basically say the main thing that I don't like about the PlayStation UI what I like about it is that it's easy to access. It's easy to access. Everything's really close together. But my God, I cannot stand the fact that all the games are located on one line. You have to scroll through like 40 things just to find a free-to-play game like Warframe or Blacklight Retribution that you installed. They need to go to that XMB style a little bit where you can keep everything in your folders. They do have a library section, but I like the folder system where I want to keep... They should have made it so that we can create our own folders like sports, action, crap games that I spent money on because people want me to play stupid games on Sunday, stuff like that. So, all in all, I'm going to leave it as a tie because Xbox didn't need to change much because their shirt was already perfect. PS4 made a huge changes, big overhaul, faster, way better, but could still use a lot more improvements. They went from slow to fast. They had the biggest jump, and I would call them the comeback player of the year in terms of UI, but I'll give them both a tie because they're both now really fast, really good. All right, what else can we talk about here? Network. PlayStation Network, pretty much the same. Xbox has always been the king of the networking with their Xbox Live. They've always had a really sweet way of just getting your players together and into the game. PlayStation 4 has the Create a Party where you can take your party, go play Call of Duty Ghosts as long as everyone owns Call of Duty Ghosts and you can all play together. They're kind of like, taking a page out of Microsoft's book when it comes to that. And that's pretty cool. I kind of like that as well. So I'm going to give that one to Xbox. I always give the online to Xbox. Like I said, even though I'm a Sony fanboy at heart, I'm going to give it to the true winner, which has always been Xbox when it comes to online. Now, let's get to the topic of hardware, okay? Now, this is a tough one because my PlayStation had some issues when I first had it. I mean, I did like a marathon. I left my PlayStation on for like 26 hours. But before, I've left my PS3 on by mistake for like 48 hours, 3, 4, 5 fucking days. Nothing ever happened. So, sorry, when I talk a lot, I get really amped up right after I come back from the gym. From being outside in the cold, I get the sniffles. Sorry. So with the PS4 hardware, their design is a little wicked. You can see it back here. It's like slanted, right? It's standing up, and I'll tell you why it's standing up. I had it down at first. After a while, it kept acting funky. I would literally just like tap any part of my PlayStation. I would tap up here, I'd be like that. It would start beeping, beep, 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 beep. It would start fucking freaking out, and I'm like, what's going on? People are like, dude, it's overheating. I'm like, how is it overheating? All of a sudden, I feel the back of it. It is burning hot. The back of it is smoking. And I'm like, not smoking smoke, but like almost smoking. I'm like, holy shit. And then you'll notice that the back of the PlayStation is angled like down like this, where the heat that's coming out from the back is literally smacking the table or whatever surface that you have it on. So I'm thinking maybe the hot air is smacking the table and going right back into the machine and making it hot. I don't know. But my discs wouldn't go into the tray anymore. The shit was all acting weird. It wasn't that HDMI issue that everyone was having. So what did I do? I unplugged everything for about 30 minutes, stood it up on its side, plugged everything back in. Everything worked fine. I haven't had an issue for the past week and some change. It's been perfect. And I'm like, there you go, easy fix. But the design, I think there was a flaw. I think having the back vents angled, or the back heat, whatever thing angled like this, pointing at the surfaces that you're laying it on, and it's going right back in, I think it's stupid. I think like 90% of people that own a PS4 have it standing up like that. And I have it standing up now, and it's perfect. Xbox One, great design. Simple, VCR looking. It's just like a box. It's just a normal box. And it doesn't get hot at all. And people are saying, well, that's because the PS4 has more superior hardware parts. That's why it doesn't get hot. I don't know. I just think because Xbox knows how to make good hardware, even though Sony has been in that business for a very long time as well. But the Xbox is just a simple design. It's just a fucking box. Put it in the disc. Hit the button. So hardware, I'm gonna have to go with Xbox on this one. The actual. Not the hardware. Oh, how would I call it? Because from a technical standpoint, the PS4 is more superior to the Xbox. That's a fact. It's on every webpage. It's there in comparison. From the memory to the GPU to the CPU to the parts inside are more superior on the PS4. But the actual, let's just call it the design of the machine goes to Microsoft on that one. Now, in terms of apps, I don't know, man. Like, the apps thing is I don't really use apps too much. I love the fact that the Xbox has the NFL app, and, PS4 doesn't have it, so that kind of sucks. But PS4 has NBA, but I like NFL watching my NBA. I'm a Colts fan. All right, anyway. So let's get right to the one that everyone's talking about, games. Let's start off with exclusives, right? So who had the better exclusives at launch? In my opinion. Remember, it's my opinion. Your opinion's your opinion. My opinion's mine. But you can disagree with mine. I can disagree with yours. And we can all fight about it like we do every day. Anyway. So, we had Killzone and we had Knack on the PlayStation. Two great games. Killzone looks amazing. It's a marvel to look at when you play the game. Knack is the same. Knack is like watching a Pixar movie live that you can control. It is an amazing game. And people say, oh, it's a kiddie game, it's so easy. Yeah, play Knack on the fucking hardest difficulty. Tell me how easy Knack is. Yeah, go ahead, try it. Go ahead. Yeah, it's alright. Now, Xbox had, and plus you could also count like the downloadable games like Contrast, Warframe, Blacklight Retribution, the PS Vita games. All of those have been around in the past, but they brought it to the PS4. Resogun is also a really awesome game too. But I'm talking about like the core titles that came out. Now, Xbox had Dead Rising 3, which is fun as fuck. That game is great. I hope they port that to the PS4 one of these days. They had Rise, Son of Rome, which I beat in its entirety. It took me about 6 hours to beat it. A little disappointed in it. I'm a big fan of the whole Spartan Roman shit. But, yeah. Anyway. So with the exclusives, they had Dead Rising, they had Forza 5, they had Rise, Son of Rome, they had Killer Instinct. I mean, Xbox definitely had a lot more new blood to give us on launch, whereas the PlayStation was just a bunch of games that I had on a PS3, now I have on a PS4 from the $10 upgrade, and Knack and Killzone. And that's just, so exclusives, I'll probably give it to Xbox. Because Xbox really brought a lot of new games for people to play, not games that existed before on their previous system that they could just upgrade to. But like I said, Killzone and Knack, really great games. Visually stunning. But we're not talking about visuals yet. We're talking about who had the better exclusives. I'm going to give that to Xbox. Now, don't worry, I'm not counting a 1-1 thing. Now, my last thing that I'm going to talk about, well, not last, because I'll probably think of something else, is next generation. Now, when I think of next generation graphics, a next generation console, I need to see an improvement. I need to see something better than before, right? So in this situation, I will give this 100% to the PlayStation 4. Dead Rising 3 for the Xbox One, great looking game. Looks exactly like last generation. I know they were trying to do the whole thing where they fit 1 million zombies on the screen, and that wasn't the purpose of the game, is to be stunning and beautiful, but it did not yell next gen. Rise, Son of Rome, cinematics, yeah, next gen, but still look a lot like the cinematics in the past, that they've had on the 360. And the gameplay, very generic, very non-next generation, very, like, you could have mistaken Rise and Dead Rising 3 for a 360 game that you played 2 or 3 years ago. I swear to you. You play it yourselves, you'll see. Look at my live stream VODs and you'll see it. Forza 5, that's a stunning game. But still, even though the giving your car's logo and, doing the whole car management shit looks stunning, once you're in the game and you're driving the game, it still looks like the same maybe as Gran Turismo Prologue for the PS3. I don't see the difference. Now, the PS4 has made a giganormous jump in graphics quality. We're talking, like, comparing Madden for the PS3 to Madden with the new engine on the PS4, Madden looks amazing. NBA 2K14 on the PS3, now compared to the PS4 version looks amazing. Assassin's Creed, they just came out with the patch to make it the native 1080p. Holy shit. And you can compare the Assassin's Creed on Xbox One to the one on the PS4, and the Xbox One versions of Madden and 2K and Assassin's Creed look almost the same as the 360 version with a little bit more, smoothness on the textures, and that's about it. But the PS4 just has brought out the color. They just look way better. Like PS3 Madden looked fucking fuzzy and shit. Like my characters were just fuzz. This one, edges all smoothed out, looks great. Animations on the faces are showing. Killzone looks stunning. Killzone is the definition. Whether it's a good game, bad gameplay, good gameplay, whether you think it sucks or not, whether you don't care about the multiplayer, Killzone graphics define next generation. Knack, cartoony graphics, like a Pixar movie. That defined for me next generation graphics. Looking at my Call of Duty. Oh my god. Have you guys seen how terrible Call of Duty looked on the PS3? Fucking terrible. I swear to God, I was playing Modern Warfare 2 with those graphics. PS4 version of Call of Duty Ghosts, beautiful. I actually feel like I'm playing a PS4 version of a Call of Duty game. I mean, it's no Battlefield 4. Obviously, Battlefield 4 is way superior this time around for an FPS in terms of graphics and visuals and the levolution and the buildings falling on you and shit. But the PlayStation 4 simply defines for me next generation console so far with their graphics. They are sticking to their beliefs that it's about gaming. Forget the TV going on. I just saw a commercial for Xbox One on the TV. You know what it was about? It wasn't about no fucking games. It wasn't about no games. It was about keeping track of your fantasy football team and talking to your friends on Skype while watching NFL Sunday, which today is Sunday NFL. It's a good commercial to show. And I've seen other commercials for Forza, which are pretty good. But still, it's like PS4 wants you to game and game with your friends. And for me, I've criticized both systems. I've given the PS4 their bad news with their design. I've given Microsoft their praise with their UI and their design. But when it comes down to it, for me, PlayStation 4 is on top. I believe they will outsell Xbox this generation by a mile. I believe worldwide they will have superior numbers. I believe they will have better games, and their games will look better because they have the better equipment inside, and their games do look next generation. Whereas the Xbox 360 games so far, besides one, kind of look just the same as the last gen. And for me, I'm one of those guys that I like gameplay more than graphics, but I can tell you I can see the visuals. So PS4 is my final verdict. Because and that's just me being honest. I mean, honestly, if the Xbox was better, I would say Xbox, but it's not. Like the Xbox I have right now, I'm not even keeping it. I'm giving it away to the donator contest in December to whoever wins. I'm going to put it back in a box. I'll sign it or something because people like me to sign shit when I send it to them. And they'll win. But side features of the PS4 that I like, the PlayStation Vita, being able to play your... Dude, let me tell you something, guys. I couldn't tell you how many times on my live stream I've had to take a shit, okay? I've had to really... I got a turtleneck sticking out, okay? How many times I've had to go to the bathroom, but I kind of held it in because I want to keep playing, right? PS4, your Vita basically plays every damn game on your PS4 on your Vita. All I do is I connect my Vita to my, I add this device to my PlayStation 4, start playing it. Pretty much simple. I mean, hell, I think right now I could even turn on my PlayStation and with it, I'm not even looking at the screen, and probably get my Vita to connect to it and start playing games. Let me see. Hold on. That was my PlayStation. Let me turn on my Vita. Oh, and also you can connect your Android device. Yeah, look at those bubbles. How do I get rid of that? I can't do it on. I'll do a review on this later. I can connect this to my PlayStation and use this as my keyboard to type on it. I like that too. Remote play. Let's see if it actually connects without actually logging in completely. Connected to the PS4 system. Cannot log in. Okay, I think I gotta log into the system first. Let me see. Maybe now it'll connect. Connecting. Checking the connection environment. Looks like we might be going. We could be good. It's taking a while. I like this feature, though. It's really nice. Oh, there we go. And there's my PlayStation. There is my PlayStation 4. And I don't even have to have any of my TVs turned on. I'm just... You can hear the... Just like that. And I can just play, you know? Like I said, and sometimes I have to go do the duty. And now, if I'm ever playing like NBA 2K, guys, I gotta go take a shit. I bring the Vita with me, and I just play. Because the biggest thing about live streaming that sucks is that whenever you take a break or go somewhere, you lose viewers. And that's something that us broadcasters hate. It's like, damn it, people are so OCD. Every time they see nothing, they leave. And I can understand. I agree with you. I would leave too if some guy just stopped doing shit and went AFK. But now, play PS4, I go AFK, the game still goes on. You hear me yelling from the bathroom, then I just scored a shot. It's great. I love that shit. Anyway, PS4 wins, hands down. Peace. Double chest pound. See you guys later. Gotta take a shower now because I smell like gym shit. That's sweat.